We have to reduce the cost of living in this country.
We are going
to align the import duty at Tema Port with the import duty at the Lome Port. I want Ghana's public transport to move towards electric vehicles because those vehicles, they don't have spare parts.
Dr. Bawumia, politics.
In fact, when I went to the Vatican, I was told that 2025 is the Jubilee year.
Once again, Emra Jumadi, so as usual, a sense of Tassibima di Jumadi Nina, a Bramusembe Bri, and a Ekoso, my Ghana Mu, MPP, Amanu Kono, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because I'm saying, Woma shomo campaign say na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ko piemu ewo isi region e de nsem bebre ekoto dwana no chino e na nsem bebre frechire ba ya transi ye de ni nyina ebremo na no kwasam say asamasi quick one ye be ko na afi no yakwa ko video so ye ba commander aboabo ansem ni nyina no a ode e ba e no chino onim say ya bosoja ni bituo ewo Kasoa na nsem frechire ba sisi ya me no kasa no abusua ano edi ye wi a ebe ro ho so na fe no bibia ai kama but answer na me bacho bomodi agibre not that 10 minutes o de video ni wi na wi a ensama commander ede pa no abusua ano edi quick one ehwemra.
We have to reduce the cost of living in this country. And if you look at the cost of living, you have the issue of food prices, transport prices, electricity prices. These are major elements of the cost of living. And how am I proposing to do that? I want us to attain food security through the application of technology and irrigation to commercial large-scale farming. I want Ghana's public transport to move towards electric vehicles. Electric vehicles means that we are not going to be using fuel. We are using the electricity to drive the vehicles. So today, anytime fuel prices go up, then GPRTU and so on will increase the fares. But we are going to move public transport. We are in the process of making sure Metro Mass brings in the first 100 or 200 electric vehicles this year so that we can start the process and everybody will see how bringing the electric vehicles will reduce the cost because those vehicles, they don't have spare parts and they don't use fuel, and we will reduce the price of transport, I am told, between 40 and 50%, and that will be a major reduction. Help people with rental of accommodation. The Minister for Housing is here. We are going to expand Works and Housing. We're going to expand the scheme to assist those who don't have money to pay for rent advance. We have already begun the scheme of about 1,000 people have benefited from it, and we are going to expand it so that more people can just have the assistance to rent. We are going to diversify our power generation mix, and we are going to bring in at least 2,000 megawatts of solar power. We are going to move away from oil and gas more towards solar power. 2,000 megawatts of solar power will change the generation mix of Ghana and will bring down the cost of electricity for our households. We are therefore going to eliminate all import duty on solar panels coming into Ghana. We will encourage people to use solar in the electrification of their vehicles. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I also have the vision to empower the business sector, the private sector. That is where we can create more jobs. Less government, more private sector. That is the vision I am coming with. We are going to allow the private sector to build roads, to build schools, to build hospitals, and allow us to benefit and use government money for other things. The other day I was meeting with Charles, the conference of heads of assistant secondary schools. And I was telling them, and they were very happy, that we are going to allow the private sector to build their dormitories, just as you are having the universities do, to build their dining halls, to build their classrooms, and government will rent them and pay the private sector over 15 years, and after that we will own those buildings. But for now, the private sector will build, rent them to government, we will pay, and government will use our money to do other things. And that will save a lot of money and bring a lot of solved problems, because you have too many uncompleted projects in our schools, and if the private sector comes in, all will be completed. I'm also going to introduce a very simple, citizen-friendly and business-friendly flat tax regime. A flat tax is understandable to everybody. So it is a percentage of your income. If it is a 10% flat tax, everybody knows if you earn 1,000, you pay 100. There's no argument about that. We are all going onto a flat tax system. That will make it very easy for everybody and will avoid the sort of problems that taxpayers have with the GRA. So you know exactly what you owe. And because we are moving to this flat tax system, we are going to start afresh. Everybody will have a clean slate from 2025. So I am going to introduce a tax amnesty for everybody so that we will start on a clean slate from 2025. In fact, when I went to the Vatican, I was told that 2025 is the Jubilee year. And that is the year where we forgive. And this is where we are going to cancel all taxes that are owed on 2025. And we will have a tax amnesty. Everybody will start on a clean slate. You pay your flat tax from 2025 going, and we are all going to benefit. It will make compliance easier, and government will get more tax revenue. Temaport will be fully automated. And I'm bringing a new policy for import duty. We are going to align the import duty at Temaport with the import duty at the Lome port. The ports in Ghana will not charge higher duty than the port in Lome. So that is a policy. We will not charge higher duty because they are our competitors. And if you are higher, all the containers will go to Lome and they will smuggle them into Ghana and you will lose the revenue. So we are going to make sure under the new policy, Lome and Ghana, we will be either lower or the same as Lome. That is the policy, and that will help our business people. No need for smuggling. We will push to make Ghana a pharmaceutical hub. The creative arts also and tourism will be totally encouraged. The application of digital technology. My vision is to make Ghana Africa's digital hub. And we are going to apply digital technology to fintech, agriculture, industry, and so on. In collaboration with the private sector, we will train at least 1 million youth in IT skills, including software development and coding, to provide the jobs for the youth worldwide. And we can train 1 million youth, and they don't need to have any serious qualification. Once they can read and write, we can train them to become IT specialists. And we are going to do 1 million youth and we are going to also recruit. I have a particular care for special education. And I want us to pay attention to special education in Ghana. We usually forget it, and so we are going to recruit 1,000 special education teachers and retrain teachers on how to work with students with special needs. I am going to refocus our paradigm for natural resource management. For the most part, Ghana has not maximized the benefits from our natural resources. Since the the days of the Portuguese in the 15th century. Gold has been taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana and taken out of Ghana. We haven't benefited that much from our natural resources. I am going to change that paradigm. I am going to bring a bigger focus on ownership of our natural resource. It's as if right now we don't own the natural resource. I believe that if we do the exploration, and we are going to empower our universities and the Geological Survey Department to do the exploration. Once we explore, and we have 7 gold belts, there's so much gold that we haven't yet even discovered. But once we explore and we know that the gold is here, the new policy is going to be that the ownership of those resources will be 100% owned by Ghanaians. 100%. We want, because if the gold is there, we can raise the money to exploit. And that is the new paradigm that we are coming with. We are also going to look at how to sanitize the small-scale mining sector. We want to formalize it and make sure that they do responsible mining, so that they will be given licenses and they will be required to mine according to their permit, so that they can't mine in water bodies or use chemicals that are not permitted. We believe that if we put a whole framework around the small-scale miners and they follow the regulations, the whole sector will be sanitized, and we will have many millionaires who are doing responsible small-scale mining in Ghana. We'll open new community mining schemes, and our TVET institutions will train miners in vocational and sustainable mining. I know that there are challenges, and I don't want to paper over our economic challenges. We are going to work on them. Currently, we have issues with power challenges, but I can say from received from the Minister for Energy that those power challenges will very soon, and I mean very soon, be a thing of the past. They are working at it, and I am very that this will go a long way to deal with it. But I say that I want your support. I'm come here to ask for your support. I want us to go to take Ghana to a different level. I believe with your support and by the grace of God, we can take Ghana to a different level. I believe in possibilities. With God, everything is possible, and Ghana will go to the promised land. Thank you very much.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Yeah.
Say okopie mu e wo Vatican no. Nse Pope che no mu she 2025.
Okay.
E jubilee year. Ti 2025 no e edenko a na e ba bedi in 2025. Ye de bone nso be chen so.
Bone bia ye mfa nche. Obi o de ka bia ye mfa nche.
Ye mfa nche.
Hey, the writer na yawu. It is next year. Okwa Iran anaso okwa Qatar na member of Qatar so 2026 there. Obi o ye bone bia ye nku na Ghana ni bi oboni bi aba me aba me yakun.
Oh, obeba be kunkun Ghana fo nyina.
Obeku ye nyina to.
Obeku bia.
Right, I want to say Vatican na okoye no. Eno ye Roman for calendar.
Yeah.
Nti omo nhihye ye mu no no. Enka ma mu ohu.
Oh, okay.
Ebi e ya sore no calendar, sore ne hunu se sa afe no. E ya nije afe nti emfa bone nche. But enye politics, enka politics nhihye ho.
Ade wa okuru Roman dana.
Right, I mean collaborate me na sorry am koye no.
Okay, do who you Roman ni mapa?
Me ye Catholic ni mapa.
Nti wa sorry na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia koye no.
Ka mu asem no. Me ye Catholic ni mapa.
Okay.
Nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia asem di e ya sorry nhihye ye.
Okay.
Enye amanyosem. Because Vatican ho ye nye politics ho. Nti so de no ba say dia ene afi so na ko ba bi no mu so afi obi o ye boni bia ye nkuna. E ba da sorry no waku ye nyina.
It is 2025 emu ye dia. Yebe Josu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Of course.
Yebe busa no questions ba.
Ni chiafe. Na obi de oka. We so afo ye ni chiafe wa de me kabia me de achew. Uni ka pre de fi na komu kum. Uni hwe. We se ye ni chiafe obi o de me kabia me fa nche no. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na yo no ankasa ne decision. Ndi enyan ma no.
Unim ensem bi wo ho a ka Bawumia bobo so a eye ju o man mu anka be boy.
Of course.
But me problem ni say as a Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia o kasa dodo as o make promises na on to the boas you.
Of course.
O kasa sa o kan sem ni bebre it is oba na o make promises 10 na oba na wantumi anye 5 kwa no a you be so we lie o eno na ha Dr. Mahmood Bawumia
brother had a pana one problem when say o ka asem na brother kire ye kwa be so ye be yi ene niema bi a wudi gu akwam brother ono de o ka to ho ro sa nti obi abedwen say there be a promise say a policy a oba kire be a ye start no zika de be problems e be encounter ene kwa be so ye be solve no be hu say ampade no from head to toe say na tie ye duru ha say na be ye no e kwa be kwa do this stage na ye ni say ye wi finally ye be end e wo ha
na onye jose Bawumia eye tete politics
na brother Dr. Mahmood Bawumia bibia kire say oye tete politics bibia kire say Bawumia ye tete politics e kwa ya wo so kan nsem no brother ye tete for say no msi o politics and Bawumia yi 18th century politics I say that time school near or junior high school na okwa preschool prefect say ya ubo say o kan sem kwan be na be fa so a obeye e ho ni hia but asem na o kan nkwa ni hia on kwan o fa so kasa o kasa ntentem onyina a whole lot of promises bebre ka o fa baako no nya de adaje akirem enya adaje tie say the amfo so e respond to the o kan so o kan to say the o kan passage nti omo ho no omo response emma enye say omo bebi sa wasebo but o kan de na nankwa break akra no hwe how they will react
me hu ni say enka wo say mra bi bo man mu a o ye politician na o ba power na o make promises bebre na o ba na wantimi anya e wo say after o administration no ye do ko gina court na yema mrani ni udi nti e ba sa no a politicians no mo ba no omo so be hunya nse se dabi se me kan de we na mantimi anya wan hwe ya me ho be kire me
your problem e wo eno no say sitting president untimi mfa ne court na ofra konya so a e be check akra answer what me da ko right a problem because seka enei who opportunity say mampani ka de bia na ka so be bia na oye bibi na emfa kwan na odi mampani na nga say court as individual na be ya anka ne ma bebre ho a anka de o ma court ama mo ye the right thing say die de no nko mo ye
2016 MPP eba power Dr. Mahmood Bawumia me keep promises be brain na me be $1 economy ne be say and economy na to form Ghana for nkan hwe enti o se Ghana for agimintu o say me keep promises be brain na masa to ama no
the right say promises here we make akwesi hin economy ya o kan ho asem bebre say de okay wa anya bibia amfa ho they say o sori a o nkan ho asem how many times na hu say ba make economy no ho asem
baby we ye free
kire say emfa ho bia because they now open wo nya but unim say ho no wa anya ni ntino kan ho asem a e be ba say o da nti wo nkan ho asem o say kan bibi foforo biem nti say toma after 4 years no on say kan de wo kan biem o ba me be say kan asem foforo on say na wo ka say obesi port any harbor obesi port and harbor any airport central region on say o kan biem
on ka biem
also moka so base ma constituency be $1 million no say o ka biem on ka biem it wo ka biem foforo ye trouble man after 4 years do kan ni on ka biem na was aka asem foforo right anya say na ye politics so we ni say ya na just say it politics na wo ye azan na wo ye e just about me twa Ghana control just because of power and right me person ni nsem ni ewura mu ye
ewura
na if you hoba be ko Kasoa right as ye Dr. Mahmood Bawumia nsem ni mu ya no Dr. Mahmood Bawumia gu ne campaign so ya okopiem e wo Eastern regional wo champagne fo bebrani ahemfo and ono ma din koma o de ne campaign messages e to from na through the campaign message no first on the list e mo odu ehia ye pa se o se ebe reduce cost of living e wo Ghana right e ka se cost of living e nipa ye dada sitrema brabo no kwan ye fa so etena ye didiem ye nam ye sorem ye ko ne ye mbem right said ahokere ene ahotositie no na ba me se obema ye kum ahanye
okay nti omunim so oman ma edin
the writer according to Bawumia say oman ni ma edin
said the all kind there chese omunim say oman ni ma edin niam akosoro ye ho kire ye nti abe na chama muntumi nso so bo mo se Ghana yesne UK Ghana yesne US mo
the writer ha na kire say chama muntumi o kasa oyi na adwen si nchen na o de bibia hye ni trim na o de akasa
da me problem ni say se Bawumia say oman ni ma edin enti oba obetoto niam yiye but MP before now so say begina ho mo say ai Ghana e koso chen UK ana won TV
the writer MP before no mo ba mo be kasa asem no se bi o mo nyina ye nkontombo fo mo nka no kore Bawumia nanga say twantro but because of power baby aduno wo hu say tutuo na wo bom wo adwo na nseni adade ntin edu baby age say wo ka no kre kakra say niam mo ayeden but to me na wo pentin and all kasa de shem say ono no mo mba na right enya wo na wo power na assume say omo a woni omo bu o man 1pp mu no oba onkofa ala no crop and now the omo be cabinet onkofa CPP for MPP for na the omo be form e cabinet na omo be ye adwuma nti den na wo pa enam ntimi nya e kena na mo be ye
here is the case on time MPP ba power you be kind of no na milk ya to milk be 3 cedis but the milk be 9 cedis
of course
it Bawumia purchase says wo ba power some milk na ko 9 cedis no obetimi ama na ba be 5 cedis
maybe san
obetimi menyas ontimi
right so say food cost oye like or can plane say food cost a better form because aduane boy den and right me person me bisa say nti munim say aduane boy den and am raise taxes aduane ne yentimi nto but must have pagya etuom mo wi an maka che so enema ye na right twade o mo wi amaka che say enema boy den aduane assistant boy den no because of Russia-Ukraine war, I'm a for crack have said Ukraine, as I said, now wheat ain't be mantino, and I'm a pan on any man, you know why they're doing a boa costro. And better send a boa costro, dear, and you know, I bet myself because I just said Russia-Ukraine war, and on the best of them, I just say come, I just say Israel, any Iran, and Tokano, a backo, and sign it myself. Until DNS, I find the Oka irrigation, Oka farming said, you bet him their cost of living in Ghana. In the last 8 years. I don't know, even in the last 8 years, I'm planting for food and jobs buyer. Because you are bromi nubi, Edia body a Greek ministers at time. What the ultra body who come not a question can say, body by yeton. Let me be body a car back, Reno Baco. It means supply a car for any gentleman with demand for a week. This is the country you won't. Now, but maybe I'm not a catcher say, you better cost of living, so you better cost of living up from. You better make sure say, assistant Bam Rene Diana wife for the right intro. Entro Bawumia be no ma aduane boyfo ye be si so akehye wo ma enne mo manum rafam kakra said ye be ye bagimo di sampa mo ba aduane bo so betimate
eno ni asem
mo ye planting from food and jobs so kra aduane bo sai kosoro ama fam bim ntidi e bim na wo be
eno no bi be ka se obete Bawumia e bi amoka e to no 9 cedis no se MPP kra timi ma ne budget o de emphasis 7 cedis kra na obeto aba ma Bawumia
the right emra 7 cedis 50 pesos 50 pesos in free so we de bibia e wo ho bia na including the dollar the right I know so emra from kakra but everything emra from nya na no ya na on say all kasa no o ka aduane asemiye no o san e de transport first e be ka ho na right ahwade that transportation asema working among for it is a G prior to you any other institutions abansi o mamuntum ye ne mo be kasa fuel ne bo kosoro mo the taxes atoso mo side the taxes about to spare passes so e no mo so ama niam boy dene ka iska na o se di bi ka ho the right Must in a class or Munya, but I no Mukasa. I buy no Mukasa and Outrimino. I buy Timan Kanya, some of Grantum say, Bia, may tax about coffee so, and I remember one city and I remember say, it's tax and I said, Keskan and Mamuntum, I buy Anyasa. I know once there be I buy new Bomukasia, Uno Makwatas, own country in Trelmo, and one said Menemokasa. Then I never Kasa Odientum, Nabutrentum, and on Matoma, now bankrupt for Bacotra and say, Ofroka no be Joe more than. They're not yet Dana, Robin in the channel. And almost okay. We are Bema Ofroka, near Josa, yes, Robert Robin in the Biscuit. They will go off. Obia Juma Bim. Now, what was Obia Juma dinner, and they, I don't know when you been for home. Now, we didn't tell Mukasa Oba, meanwhile, you are the vice president, oh, train the baby. Oh, train the then I will train. Now, baby, about me, I can't who said, what a mere promise keke, Bawumia, we can't really. What about me, I say, dear Bema. Transportation Akuffo no like a buono Akuffo no electric vehicles or the baba Ghana electronic ones right assembly nyina say wakase oba make sure say electricity ni begina at this time electricity ni enyina ye
there
electricity na nkasa ye bre ontimi mani nyina so what is the assurance say obetimi mani nyina so in no time
ene nu se time a wo mrakra no na load na san doso
the right load
na nipa na ba be ka ho ne esi dan mo
the right until load remember and I will private sector say we will improve private sectors so private sectors no omuso improve no mu bi enyuma ma e kire say they will consume more electricity until wo no the right electricity benko and I wo dey breya e be my opportunity ama yatumi enya ahodi we nyina the right cars here working okrenye me na hana mu saba me onim de work
cha
but also electronic cars no omo use spare parts
yeah
na the better asem nya say say electronic cars but omo mo abuchire mo mo kakra
yeah
esa say ha de ye hu bi but de ye nim kra na ye nim say car bia at least the better glass
yeah
door the better car bia ebewo ebia bonnet ne body ni de ewo ho enema ba akum yenu bi car ni be use brake be use accelerator but say okay say car ni pass am bibusa nti say ndem ahwehwe bo a me top part enhyem because car no electronic
Bawumia pa ne die ni
e wata kachire say ebia ba bia di fuel efa gum no eni ho biem fuel tanker eni car ni mu biem minor nema bi parts of engine ni ba bi ni nema bi ni ho biem na battery na nkasa ye di si car ni ma charge no eye car part spare parts battery ne say ye be ye firi matofo frashim enya pass incident na okati battery ne yan kra bia mu ma biem o to car na di hyem no e say ya beto car na twene ana that is my question so batofo frashim nti automatically spare parts will still be imported and I'm ebeba nti ba me obese okade wenti na ma me kase ba o me se okane nsem ne kwa dota ba o me nkase ntra se nwene ho na me gidi se ba o me nkase nya na adwen na ode ka okwa na obi atwe pepa de ma no na o heso akan na wasore ko dota no kre
do so no do
ena se say electricity no dota cars na electric cars electronic cars no light no mo beto in say on to fuel or charge car na still obeto now what is the assurance say the right electricity now omode charge car no ne buo bayefo e dia chen fuel no but the last time nsa man for ba kuma no bi wa mo ne e ka kire ye minim so mo san boy ne bim say electronic cars no mpo the kind of electricity power e consume no ne buo no e wo soro e de chen petrol any diesel no
na sha santo koto kwem so mu koto bi kra but o mantima yusi
nti e tell said right in your system ye wo hi e be very difficult nti wo kase a ba me wu twantro
na wo kania kra wo dam kra no kania kra wo so de adam no unya bi o atiase
right there ya na say overflow car from Accra say wo kotamal o kwa abakwa watra bupe ho ba bia akintampo wura mu ba bi right kwan so ba bia no beduru bia akintampo say wo charge no na dum light went man charge africa kra na ewom no o ya koduru bupe right ka ade na shorto ka na ka nwuram ho ka no nso nya ka obetima ma na obi se to petrol brem na memfa ngum na me de akọ na me ato so akoduru ba bi nti ka wo fro betwa ma ka wo ma no ka wo fro betwa be da ma na electricity obeda ma no nti de na obey this a towing car be two passengers nine right some of these things we shouldn't entertain it nya bibi foforo right away from that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia manansi ho oto ani message nso right o see Togo Lomi
yenko no mum
right I say omo import duties no omo have on duties on we will match Togo boot for boot duty be a Togo for better ni better sa pepepe nya sa be na ba match Togo
and then Togo ni de ho toto mu
right you see so omo ba better ha ka kire say Ghana is better than London o say chama untumi sabi wo be ka say nya sasem bia ni na asem na o kan yi now afina ye try say ye be match Togo in 2025 nya say ya match mu ye try say ye be match Togo in 2025 because Bawumia say Togo is our competitor me on ye competitor ye compete with Togo I no mpo ye ntimi nchi wo mo but chama untumi say ye above UK nya sabe ne wo wi the right me bisa a country who is chasing Togo the right in 2024 Ghana still chasing Togo now we chasing Togo dia any other na do hu to UK ne US into what would na make say even the likes of the right Algeria Morocco mono ye knew half of baby o madru no say my nye dede bebrebe
say who say Togo omo port na I think you say e free
of course
anti say
obetua kra bia niam nkitinkitin kakra
it is niam na ba omo de Togo ho Ghana for no de niam na fa ho a no makwa koyi no ho no omo de abam mo adiaje en na ya na cars ne chichi amanfo say ntwifamu cars no but bebretimi de kofa oba e ma custom for kwa san e bon krata to so mo adiaje anti we smog na nti say no Ghana ye port on say niam an shedam fa ho sa ho
the writer in all these years say who in the last 8 years Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who say ya pese ho toya ye match Togo na afi no pese ye match Togo dia and the writer who hia say Ghana say bio ye be ye pese ye the writer da na atwan den nti we are competing Togo at this stage the writer any Dr. Mahmoud should understand say ene ya no yente so ne ani Togo de ne nya pay ana ada ne yente so sa eye no kre se rata ye pese ye bibia afenchima yente so ne ani Togo de no enya pay sa wotima asem na se a because Togo baby a odai rata ne nsani fa so anase na other side eye Benin ena yenso ye woni nchemu now with Benin rata de na Togo betumi aye nti so hwe baby a odai a rata ye ni Togo nyina wo faako na se na ye chesi Togo de a eche we are not serious because epuya enam ya se ye rata we are enjoying it. Cote d'Ivoire so the same thing no mo enjoy but Cote d'Ivoire can say opese o match Togo now Ghana is chasing Togo rata me how nyina say saba me ka asemu ya na a child say no this is the situation you womb reality Ghana ye wo form ye ni suro say dey ya omobo mu twa nfrekere ye no ye wo form pa we are with the same standard with some countries in Keto to say Togo no empo in certain sectors they are better than us ntimpen for no mon kan okrenche say ya to form ye wo form too much ye bre enu nti no mama ye time na ye hwe say betima peja ye hu biema but mama meka say ya advance we are better in West Africa we are better in Africa we are chasing UK chairman to say you are better than UK me why you chase Togo but it doesn't make sense they say in a third year a free neko MPP ni bia kokasa obabi a on kan shem say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said o kan ye no ye try say any Togo be ye pe okay right masem on that and on na with Bakumi you pe bi na ye free but any say according to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia or say they will empower the private sector na private sector no are very stable private sector in the best schools no mercy hospitals na oma building roads e dia maye na later ye tria
enka a good news pa
of course
ana nya no kwa no a menim em se ukwa ma no ne a adwuma bebre wo no em se eye private companies aha di Ghana for abruchi omumwa ye aha menye sure se uko UK adwuma mo na government dia nti ehon I think say private sector no edoso pa dinka eno no yade e bebo e bara to say ebetimi aye adwuma na no me problem o
the right time be bisa wasemu se wa bie wadwuma na afeso wa boka afeso wa boka e se fa usika kosi bibi e ma wo bia obe
baby ada Ghana no be bie adwuma no boka on
the right in the year 2021 2022 and 2022 2023 big banks e Ghana nyina obi aboka including Bank of Ghana oboka we nyamfa so 1 CDC now tell me some a beer bank I'm running with billions of dollars na afia so na maboka billions and I say millions of cedis na o say me nsan ko bosika wo from Fankosi hospital me van ko ye kwan na ye ntwetwa mame me kwa adwuma me ye wo man me boka few companies in nyamfa so e bi say telecommunication networks no o nyamfa so but asem ni nyina say better yen check the tax rate o mutua will they be interested say o mu do musika be yes ade ya ye pay ana the question is and I said the answer is right no. Essence answer na company bi be free ni pem say or the sika be before Fred aboa wo no. Because the nature say adwuma wo ye wo man nim no. Ekoye odin faso bibi ekokama ne ho to no. The situations in the country are very friendly. Na so mu dwo no answer no nyam faso. What I want him say some of the American companies omo pack omo ne Africa akọ.
And omeko.
Yes,
omeko.
This last month, April, but some of the companies actually say, "Hey, you African Ghana because of the situation that we're Ghana now." And say, "I want to go and into businesses." Back from, but at this same Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and another time here, and you good banks here. Among for bank business owners, ejuma bomo, na individuals or me ejuma bomo. Now you are telling us, say, "Oh, my private sectors are ye oba no." Ye private sectors are what ma or ma peja. But the private sector buying a bino, everyone money peja to the highest level.
Oh, chama to me the companies no.
More into one country say party members no. And obema musika. Now mo asa de ye adwuma. Na ye sa ko twem no ma ji interest no mo dis kana ko party ni ye. No mo de show mo botum. But e manen kan say private investors. But tell me private investors or more Ghana. Na omo din e de chen Dr. Papa Kwasindum o de bobo bi kire me. Bobo bi kire me dodo san ya. But we are in a country better with yankasa ye niema ba ko menu bia enko ye nti say private investors we nyina o mabo from your collapse of businesses enai better you expect to say different private investor emfa ni sika emma meye adwuma emfa ma wo man na later ye ntwetwema de na o man so ye ma no e hu private investors ya amman for the musika ema wo mu dia ye adwuma especially aban ni sika ma na wo dia ye adwuma na wo adwuma na gina wie na wo dia aban sika sa ma na back it is a letter we bibia ma aban na enye wo din not a typical example Roman Abramovich ye okoto Chelsea na oye owner of Chelsea no right one person at Russia buy no e man enjoy life and kasa to the highest level be able to enjoy but Russia buy even a ton oil company at the man with a cheap price oye ho adwuma build we later no san be ton ma buy no with a very high price but as that company na e big awie oba benya sika odi be sika ni kase ye o sha say obi other companies e be manufacture weapons na de nti say ni pa wo ka che ne say ba usika be si hospital na ye ntwetwe mad right obeka da bia na but obi odi ni sika bia adwuma na wagu adwuma no next time obi na adwuma so mfa ni sika be si school
na ene Ghana for wa bruchi enka bebre person ko mbe bia adwuma o man mu na nka temamufu ni nya bia but omusuro wo be bia begu
right how be bia
wo pa try
e begu aban ni gu half na adwumafo ni gu half say adwumafo no mudi
me diska
eye be bia enema no mu twene ma ne bi kofi aduane a no mu ye aduane ne bi kofi bibia ho bia on be fa bi
on betwe
na aban so de taxi kum na aban pauti da bia be kodwom enema boa change da bia be kra ne mebaba duties na change
na Ghana pa no ye frifa we so say nyame ne boy di
right nyame ne boy ye free
me aya na me ngongo here is the case abrochefo wo Ghana for wo abrochi dodo na complain pa on be bi adwuma o man yimu a na timamufo na adwumafo na gu adwuma no
right sana baba
oti oman mu su se ye pa adwuma yo obi ababia ma wo na ye adwuma no na ye ni yie na nipa ni nyamfa so na wo so nya de obedie no na ode opeso de just 1 month pe
eyeyi right no kre eya be kan ye ho eya ye suban se bi ye ni breade se ye nya opportunity na obi adwuma obi pia adwuma na ofa ye adwuma ma but ye pese ye fa always a means na short time say ye na ye bia adwuma te so ono ne de na ye benya kura ko no na adwuma de be chene atwene ma ni nyina de koye ho na abaye ye adwuma but eya ya ade a sabi eno pa na eti o man nya but unima de ba ko so di we ba e koma di nipa na nti udi agura onya wa de obefa
ndi ampa de
efie nye bosomi 2000 Ghana na wo de man no o de hwe o maame o papa no fasifo ni nua ma enipa dan no enya sentwa ne nkontafo nyina dan no nti 2000 bosomi be so anyere no a 100 cities kwa won timi save
ene se suba we moye e ba se sikani bro
beta me kasa Ghana for ye ni breye beta ye pesamin kuminya e kaye ho ye ni breye sa ya ho ya sa suba me so e kuye pesamin kuminya ni breye ho ya e kuye and aside that system na ye womu no ahokyere no esan edi ebiem asan ba betue so burden obi nyanya adwuma pe burden so te so ye se obi awie school ya fa no konfona che ye doctor the brother abusu atenten obi anya asema na wafre no bra be ba che wo eye o maame amadu fie ne ba ayi nie o adan ya na me yire kwowo ya gina to hospital ya see en deposit 60,000 Ghana e bia on that day we need 1,000 Ghana but o anya because enya o maame yamu banti na doctor na kwaje bosa afadia obi ba doctor ni ne se o aje se o pesika se mami onya sa ma pon me time so se me commention that we are in this country say ya in be ko
okay
say bibia nsesa dia right waka say oba say the tax rate in the bia doctor mamu do amiaka o say obema ye flat tax rate system tax amnesty beba right no de nya bibi fofo ena so
ya kan ho asema
so ya kan ho asema nya bibi fofo nti ya manu yan kan say yan
ko ye ne sorry so na
nya asa ba me message ni right amanfo so na omo nkyere omo adwen
okay
but on the other note enche ene hu say anase ebabu nti soja ni bi sebi wo hye ne kwanhye wo Kasoa ye ne pabonefo bi atuni tuaje ne kwafri nsem but the story ne buy na manfo a chiro madwen bebre abu bia kanede but na pese enya daje na ehu de wansem no na report bi ene na mabonten na better report na mabonten ne se soja ni na wawu eye as a result of abrante bi afra no Smiler ya oye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia director of operations and we report nam say Bawumia director of operations ena oni nipa na wakun soja ni e class ase ho mansom ena manso oni mu no the writer akwakoba said nipa na asase ne dia no ono so ante ne ho ase ama ewu nyina akwakoba the writer according to nkomo a eba no na e che say abrante yi asase ne o say ye ne dia no wa twere krata akwa Bawumia office ama ebi akwa GP ho nyina but wa twere krata wa bre ena am say Bawumia abrante friend Smiler operations director o this soldier for free man pani atena ye eba ho ba be ye dia enye nensa emfata ama abrante no sasa say ne dia writer oni kromo fo bi kura aye demonstration aye press conference aka bia so amaka na che say Bawumia operations director no e de mampani atran soldier for e jasa ase no ya o to bi mpodi ama obi a ebia eno enanam so ama soldier ni se bo hye ne kwanhye wu director emre bi atwa men se nkomo bi koso
okay
Emma Brante ya asase ye ne de ne ya che no director odi nkomo bi e kire Ghana fo nyina ya me pese e bekwani e kwa tie na no asem
okay
na ejina so de ho bebi asem ne efiri
the quick one ye nhwem na keto bi e ba e be san to aso
Almost the soldiers, full army car with riflemen. Almost the Abbas assassin to say, almost be taking action at Yami. Me say, penny. Now, and them say, you tell what chrome higher, where say I'm a property, only no more time at you. And they say, buy ya be catch a soldier for and say, so almost pass from J buy in and tell me dia. Almost so much in Omonco because a new official, a ha abaya assassin, and a ha military land. Now, I can say military for an embra, no more assassin if him. I am a property, I will defend it to the timer, me who sampa assassin. Or the only free flash house in the bay. We know all of them. We have a picture of it, and we know where they are coming from. Smiler. And a former by vice president, operation, director of operation, at the vice president, or no, you saw me, or no, Assassino, Nampo Assassino, and you know Casani Dio, or about 5 now, Moby, while Jimmy Panny 2 billion, and Dina say, or Bedia for me, some. And see, may Passa Ghana phone you know who say, Subaya, or done a DD, and to say the way a vice president said, Ebabua na service nim dia yesre no esan sre ne biom oye pani on frɛ ne ba no na onya ne kasa kire anya sa embo aye nyina me throw petition at the vice president office enunie vice president refer me at the member coordinator of national security owie ya no osan at the Ghana inspector general of police area ya say Ghana police service. Besi na ya frame ne papa want to me in but our audacity to bring the military to come and harass us in my own property. Into mesra ban or so say on fan and in kwa asem ni mu na ombua na atantene ne papa no enye adwuma enu achi odemi Kasoa high court.
Okay, commander.
Yeah, the right.
We keto bi na yenko na de yakoso nyina no. Em se eba na se omudi Bawumia dia ba bewram we ha no de.
The right.
Because na say na yete I honorable Kennedy. Ne yonko prekope na omudi Bawumia wife bewram na we say de yakoso nyina ya se ya ye too much.
The right. Oh yeah, sure say omo na de Bawumia din bewram de. Bawumia din wo mu wana.
Ni din de wo mu de yeah.
Because you say ba ko ne ye oyere abusuafo.
Yeah.
And yes, when see o director of operations.
Yeah.
Nti wo ba me abekọ ba bia ono no ya underground work, security bibia o ya underground work.
Yeah.
Nti say ye no kresa adia. Right any about me ngasa say ne ho wonsem. Asa Bawumia nye clean sa.
Ene unim de say o se Bawumia ye. E wo se Bawumia ne nkofo ne kasa.
Okay.
Se ono obi twa asase o manso ono obi problem bia from se sia ko do December no eni so ye gidigidi because ye gidigidi pe Bawumia di bebem
na director any eno so no me hu ni say any omunya preko because ebi adabia mo twema so asase na ebi mpo a enyam dia na mo twen na dabia
ebi so na omudia o
director ebi so ye omudia fine but e dey dabia Bawumia nkrofo na e twa asase ho manso me concern no ebi aye omudia
asase ho manso de say doso
right obi atwe bi but say de ne de December pa e Bawumia nkrofo because Bawumia nkrofo na the machines are good than at work.
Yeah.
The CIA, ya said to soldier need to work, and also about me uncle for dins and womping. The right about me election where you come. So when you're very careful, no one strategizing here. But as I never win your money, dinner side to yeah, one shy election. On Ruby also true.
They overlose you.
What a dear quite dear. Say, I could say about me 2024 election. I did cheap bias as a woman song, not about me a doom. Over there, I win 2025, but overlose you.
And the all her side and all address it.
The writers say what dress
One shot.
They say soldier in a bush for the writer. Either say or no or twice as in bio, say no, call say we can't tell. But a bus say the writer soldier for one near bush for no bio wumbiana, obey your power by now. But say crata, I call IGP when you know about me office in Yanania, the Amaka.
Na Ghana soldier for so ebimo no munina. Okay. Obi ha ni nua bi nya problem asaso kwa na obefre no. Ye nkona ko hunahuna omo. Wo dey for life di agro. Obi beje nkwa afri nsem ya.
No dey no crack.
Asa, but omo nim soldier for no nim nyansa no. O fro mo say o de ne kwesa nkwase adwuma na. Obeka to say age se me bomb commander amane.
Yes, of course.
Say yenti commander nkanzo ase yentimi nkoye. Anu ya soldier for no nim nyansa no.
Nyansa of course. Na brother Kasoa so. Kasoa so wodin pa.
Omo ya gidi. Say no nkankan hu.
Central region.
Zoma force wa de abehye nkran mu.
Kasoa na nkasa brother I'm say minim die but mintimi nkasa nkwachi. Niam ba ko eni ho mo hwe se na se hu se nsa ahemfo no dwidwi gatwa Kasoa nyina to agu.
Sa. Omo nyiro
mo se awutu ahemfo no. Mo dwi gato bia Kasoa bia.
Omo nyiro mo ho. Omo nwini nyina.
Ye pa ya. See the right time say fancy
na omudwi omo na omaja no mana.
But say nyan no mun nko awo. Omo wa hiding places are omo hiding. Na omo weapons na de omo timi ko.
Okay.
Tu yi free hwa. E bia sa community ne munye omo de biem. Because omo ni ba bia ho omo hiding.
Okay. Ndi no
omo go free sa community.
Omo kwai.
But say ashama mu nyina nso ha adwe nti bia omo bekọ ho. Na bia ashama fo nso atu omo. Na omo ne nam sa na ne.
Odo yem fancy. Ye ko e be sa ba sisi ye nsem wo akiri. Ai de e ba ha e bright media akra mu nyina.